Hello, we get back at some addictive science. So I will make it a little bit different this time. I will, well, just ink a bit of this page and then do another picture on the next page. The reason is, well, I know you people love addictive science for all the middle-aged men who are just regular people, but um, I'm afraid I kind of have to draw like, you know, dragon girls doing adventure. Although I'm sure you prefer the Men in Black, isn't it? Alright. So filling in some blacks at first. But I have to use some correction whites later here on one of the letters, but that's, well, I will survive, I think. Very likely. So let's see how far we get. This is the most fascinating part to look at being made. It's filling in the black parts. I know it's fascinating and riveting, and please keep your enthusiasm to yourself, or don't. Okay, but just so you see what difference it makes when you get the blacks. Here we have our Man in Black suiting up. Addictive science will probably never be in color. So the interesting thing is, well, actually, I believe that pretty black and white is better than colors made with your ass. That's a personal belief, but I also believe that black and white can be more expressive at times, even if it's well made. Color. I just checking. Yeah, I'm. I just checked if I was in screen. Yeah, I just do this panel and then off to and something completely different for science. Okay, this time I'm listening to Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, which is funny spooky. The best kind of spooky, really. I like the funny spooky themes of Halloween, haunted houses and stuff. Haunted houses are not scary. Ladders are scary. Yeah, I have kind of a phobia when I get on a stair, I will be deadly afraid. On a ladder, not a stair. Stairs are mostly okay. Unless it's, you can see the steps just being very poorly made and it moves below you, then I will scream. So of course we have lots of renovation work at home where I have to go on ladders. Yay! I have screamed many times. Of course, most of my heroes don't have two visible phobias. The thing is, eh, in 99.5, 99.9 actually, percent of my life, it doesn't really change anything to be scared of ladders that move below your feet, and it's horrible. So it can go on for a long time until you see something that you get phobic to. for me, it's the ground my feet rest upon moving when it's not supposed to. I know you love watching me doing straight lines, isn't it? Best thing since sliced bread, which means it will dry much faster and be, well, kind of useless. So I'm listening to what I wanted to listen before. I like this game, and it has some good music. It's one of these cases where the sequel is so much better than the original. I mean, the original is not bad at all. It's a good game and it's very underrated. It's kind of short too, but you know, I prefer 8 hours of gameplay where you have where everything is well made and you have fun playing the game and you don't have any filler content that are completely useless, than having a game where you have, oh man, it's 90 hours of gameplay, and it turns out most of it is just leveling up and grinding and grinding and grinding. Alright, let's go to the next page and do another panel there. So, yeah, I'm sorry, now we're drawing some dragon girls. Yeah, for this short spoiler alert, Lucas is actually turning into a woman again, and this time it's Celia turns him into Catherine, so that he'll be more relaxed, because Catherine is the most powerful being alive. And, well, she is. And to Celia's defense, it kind of works. And to my defense, it's absolutely hilarious, because it's like drawing a constantly pissed off Catherine. Yeah, you won't see Catherine being pissed off normally. I suppose many would find it very funny if she suddenly got very pissed off, or if it turned out she has a very dark part to her, where it turns out she hates people and stuff. I don't want to do that. She is gentle. She is not evil. And I will not make her evil just for the laughs. But I can turn somebody else into her. And that someone else can be evil. Yep, that's the great thing about Addictive Science. I can do whatever I want. Well, I did give myself some restrictions. I believe you need restrictions. When you're doing works of art or fiction or anything, if absolutely everything is possible, I think it will get very tiring to do, for one. But you also risk to lose some consistency. I have seen stuff where it's knew everything was possible and they did it and it was awesome. Good example would be there is a cartoon called, well, an anime called Space Dandy, which is awesome. Essentially, pretty much everything is possible. But there are some rules. For instance, who the characters are and what their motivations are. And you can't just go around changing that willy-nilly. Especially if you have spent a lot of time setting that up. I'm in frame. Good. Just checking again. Because maybe when I didn't move at all, I kind of managed to get out of frame by not moving at all. So I think I wanted to talk about something and then I forgot what it was. Do you know what I wanted to talk about? Please tell me in the comments below. And then I will probably not be able to react to that because the video was pre-filmed before being put on the internet and it's not live, and so I will not be able to change it as I record it. Yeah, it's record the word. Let's talk about games. Games are nice. I like video games. So we have talked about games. There we are. Okay, I have nearly finished this panel too. There's some background. Yeah, you kind of can't turn the page around like this on the computer. I mean, I suppose you can. You use a transformation tool and you make the picture rotate. Because it's easier to do a straight line if I do like this. So I can just turn and then do my straight line. Brilliant. But it's faster to rotate it in real life. It's generally faster to draw in real life. Because you can't spend time erasing mistakes. So what do? You just don't do mistakes. Well, I'm lazy, kind of. So the idea is if I learn to draw without doing any mistake on the first try, well, it costs more effort learning to draw that. But once I have learned that, it costs less effort. Some tracks are genuinely spooky on the Dark Moon soundtrack. I like that. Spooky. Well, with Halloween coming, this is a perfect game to play. Maybe I can talk a bit about the plot. Nah, read the comic. Link in the description below. Yeah, I finished this panel and then up. I will probably have to cut the video because we're getting slowly to the 15 minutes mark, which I don't want to overdo too much. Okay, 20 minutes work too, but it takes so long. I just wish the uploads would work faster, I don't like letting my computer turn on without break for so long too. I mean, it's not like the computer cannot do it, but I want to give this little guy a break sometime, Like, yeah, you did good there, mates. Just relax and enjoy the show now. Thank you. A good little computer. So here we have the Men in Black being their usual competent selves. One of the running gags. Making this too, yeah, better. Oh man, this is a very dark track right now. Nintendo makes kid games. Screw you. Something that is dark when you expect happiness is much more new. By the way, I like how colorful this game truly is in terms of graphism. It looks generally good because of art's direction. I don't know. I'm getting too old for all that shit. Like, oh, you should play The Last of Us. The story is incredible. I don't care. It's about flipping zombies. It's been overdone. Oh, you should play this thing. Yeah, but I would have to buy another computer or another graphic board and be ruined. Buy another game console, and just for one game, that is not worth it. But I have tons of games to choose. By the way, is it better to have a few games in a system that are all good, or is it better to have a system with tons of games but most of them are mediocre? I'm thinking of that because of the PlayStation and the Nintendo 64. I grew up with the PlayStation, and though it has good games, some of them at least are, I have noticed the first party 64 games often are just better. Not really the graphisms. The graphisms often are, yeah, they're sometimes better, sometimes worse. It's hard to tell. But the gameplay, the level design, because you have much less room, so you have to to think about what is worth putting in the game, so you don't put stuff that is completely useless in it and will just take useless room. I like it. It's interesting to me because I'm a big nerd sometimes. Nintendo isn't perfect either, you know. Maybe I should make myself a little paper where I write down what I could talk about in these videos. Just not just rambling around, and maybe I can talk about stuff people care. There are many things people care about that I have pretty much no knowledge of. I don't know anything about the magical world of sports. I will show you how to correct mistakes. Brush, a bottle of white paint, a bit of water. Yes, this is the perfect pronunciation of water. I will stand by it. We have fought for that. And voila. So, Um, I'll do another break now. I'm starting to get hungry. I have started penciling this page in between the two videos, and now I need to be fed with blood. Just kidding. Have a nice day.